what I want to see, you play against Opetaia.
Oh, okay.
You understand me? This is what I hope to have.
Same. I wish for this as well.
We need to see this fight. Before, in our generation, we see all the greatest fighters.
Heading towards that light at the end of the tunnel, you know, chasing that unification dream. And then once I've ticked that box, who knows what's next? You know what I mean? We either go heavyweight, we could get a super fight. Turki Alalsheikh actually told me, you know, we get this mandatory out of the way, we fight for the WBC.
Especially by a Jai Opetaia. I think Jai Opetaia beats Zurdo too. I think Jai Opetaia is the best cruiserweight in the world because he has power, he has the size, and he has the footwork. So no, I think it'll be career suicide, especially if David Benavidez wants to control these.
He gonna beat Opetaia. See, Opetaia got good feet. Yeah, he can box, but he can be drugged into a fight. And if you know anything about David Benavidez, just like he did with Ramirez, he's the one of those guys that's gonna test your heart. He gonna test what you have in here. And once he go to Jai's and he tests what he has in here, Jai gonna lose it. Jai ain't gonna be boxing and moving around. Jai gonna be looking to fight. Jai gonna get tired too. Yeah, because Jai, if you look at the history of Jai Opetaia, he get tired.
Turki Alalshikh's latest interview has sparked global boxing debate as David Benavidez and Jai Opetaia move closer to a massive showdown that could shake the sport. According to Turki, Benavidez offered him several options, but he keeps pushing for the biggest challenges, and Opetaia stands out as the most compelling name available.
His name is David in America. He's from Harvard in the beginning, and he's close friends, and this is his job. And we together, he is all the time give me options, and I choose with him.
Good names. Good names.
You need to have, if you have good and big cards, you need to remember it with good names.
Yeah.
Similar what Ali and Fraser do, what
Rumble
Ali
in the
and
Jungle.
And
Friend in Manila.
Yeah, you understand.
The decision is also fueling tensions between Mauricio Suleiman and Turki, as Opetaia revealed Turki told him the proposed Noel Mikhaelian title defense for Benavidez is being removed.
Turki Alalsheikh actually told me, you know, we get this mandatory out of the way, we fight for the WBC, and then we go for the WBO and WBA against Ramirez. And once that's done, he wants Benavidez to come up to cruiserweight and me and him fight. So these are the words that have come out of his mouth. So if this happens, it happens, but this is what I'm chasing.
Is this decision right for Benavidez? Gabe Rosado believes Benavidez should stay at light heavyweight, warning that Opetaia is a naturally bigger, stronger athlete whose size and physical tools create serious danger.
I like the fight with Bivol now while it's still hot, while Bivol's still in his prime, and then
Beterbiev, I like, he's just older. I think right now Bivol would be good, and we know that Benavidez has been calling out Canelo. Who knows if that would ever happen, but if he were to make a statement and beat Bivol, I don't think anybody would kind of be like, hey, we still need that Canelo fight, because it's like, what more do you need to see?
While others focus on future super fights, Rosado sees Dimitri Bivol as the smarter target, arguing a statement win there could answer every remaining question.
I like the fight with Bivol now while it's still hot, while Bivol's still in his prime, and then Beterbiev,
I like, he's just older. I think right now Bivol would be good, and we know that Benavidez has been calling out Canelo. Who knows if that would ever happen, but if he were to make a statement and beat Bivol, I don't think anybody would kind of be like, hey, we still need that Canelo fight, because it's like, what more do you need to see?
While Sofia Gutierrez believes Benavidez should keep chasing the biggest names available, including Opetaia, Bivol, and even Artur Beterbiev, the debate over his next move continues to grow. With all eyes on the Mexican monster, Gabe Rosado offered a cautionary view on a potential clash with Beterbiev. According to Rosado, that matchup presents a unique level of danger, comparing Beterbiev's challenge to the kind of problems Alexander Sik would create for Benavidez due to his elite skill set and overall ability.
After Benavidez moved all the way up to 200, weighing in at 196, 197, I think he should just focus on the fights, whether it's Jai, whether it's Dimitri, whether it's Beterbiev. But all I know is that a bunch of casual fans are now tuned in to Benavidez because you just hear the Canelo, but it's like, hold up, Mexico still got some more fighters.
It's true, it's true. And look, and you said that the Beterbiev fight, you feel that he's he's old or whatever, but Beterbiev is in his he's 40 now, right?
41.
But listen,
40.
he's a different type of, he's just like Usyk. Usyk's up there, almost 40. Same with Crawford, almost 40. These are special guys.
Switching gears, Gabe Rosado not only identified Opetaia as one of the biggest threats facing Benavidez, but also urged him to pursue a showdown with Dimitri Bivol to strengthen his legacy. At the same time, Rosado remains intrigued by a battle with Artur Beterbiev, viewing it as an all-out war between two aggressive fighters. He believes Beterbiev's fight-changing power makes the matchup especially dangerous, warning that a single shot could completely alter the course of the contest.
A guy like Beterbiev, where he has that one-punch power, now he might have something to keep Benavidez honest, and I think that'll work for him. So that's the matchup I'd rather see, is Beterbiev and Benavidez. I think that fight right there is like a crazy war.
And where would you want to see that fight? Would you want to see it in the States, or we know that a lot of fights are being taken overseas, right?
Yeah, Vegas. That fight got to be in Vegas. I think with Benavidez headlining Cinco de Mayo, it's like, why go and do that fight elsewhere? You need to keep it in Vegas. He's building up the fan base.
With Turkey pushing forward a potential mega fight, the stakes around Benavidez's next move have never been higher. As opinions continue pouring in, Ben Whitaker urged Benavidez not to remain at cruiserweight for too long, warning that future weight adjustments could become increasingly difficult. Whitaker also pointed to Dimitri Bivol as the fight he most wants to see. As for the ongoing excuses and negotiations surrounding top matchups, he dismissed them as politics, suggesting they only fuel speculation about what Benavidez might accomplish inside the ring.
It's a great fight for the division. I don't know if it will happen because Benavidez looks big, man. They're talking about it might be fine for the WBC at the cruiserweight. So if he's sitting around that weight for a while, it will be hard to come down. But it's a fight that a lot of people want to see. They've sparred, they've got history, and the fighters that are not scared to fight. So it's all just politics or weight, this and that. But if it does happen, it'd be great to see.
Stepping into the conversation, Sergio Mora also believes Benavidez should drop down to light heavyweight and pursue a fight with Bivol to build his legacy. When it comes to Opetaia, Mora is even more direct, calling him the best cruiserweight in the division due to his exceptional athleticism and sharp skill set. He is convinced that if Benavidez decides to step in the ring with Opetaia, the outcome would not favor him, predicting that the challenge would be too much to handle at cruiserweight.
Foot on the back foot, defensive, offensive. One gear is not going to do it. It's not going to do it.
One thing that Benavidez said is that after this fight, he plans to go down in weight and face Dimitri Bivol, who's coming back against Michael Eifert, defending his titles. Look, on paper, great fight. But when I hear that, my mind immediately goes to the great Roy Jones Jr., who jumped up in weight to heavyweight.
Going further, Sergio Mora believes it would be a premature career setback for Benavidez to step inside the ring with Opetaia, calling it a dangerous move at this stage. Chris Mannix disagrees, arguing there are still real chances for Benavidez to win, which sparks a heated debate between the two. Standing firm, Mora doubles down on his stance, explaining that Opetaia is not only a threat to Benavidez, but to everyone in the cruiserweight division due to his elite skill and timing.
I think for that fight, so we didn't go all the way up into the 200s for that fight. Came back down after that to fight at light heavyweight and was never the same fighter. Now, some people will say he was trending towards that way anyway because he was a little bit older at that time, but there's something that you lose when you go up this much in weight and then come back down in weight. If you were advising David Benavidez and Benavidez beat Zurdo Ramirez, would you say stay at cruiserweight, try to unify the division, fight Jai Opetaia, or would you say go back to light heavyweight and face Dimitri Bivol?
Go back to light heavyweight because you're not going to be a cruiserweight. You're not going to be a cruiserweight in size, in power. You did something great by going up and capturing a world title if he does win against Zurdo. But you're not a cruiserweight, and you're bound to get beat, especially by a Jai Opetaia. I think Jai Opetaia beats Zurdo too. I think Jai Opetaia is the best cruiserweight in the world because he has power, he has the size, and he has the footwork. So no, I think it'll be career suicide, especially if David Benavidez wants to control these May and September dates. He needs to go back down after a potential win against a Mexican and control these Mexican dates and be the next star for the years to come.
I don't think it's the career suicide that you think. I give if Benavidez looks great against Zurdo, I'd give him a good shot to beat
at cruiserweight.
Jai Opetaia. Yeah, I'd give him a good shot to beat him.
That's probably,
this goes back
probably
to
one of the most dumbest, most ignorant things you've ever said.
You think that Jai would have cleaned Zurdo's clock too?
Jai cleans everyone's clock at cruiserweight.
Highlighting why he feels so strongly, Sergio Mora says his professional experience tells him Opetaia is a real danger for Benavidez right now. He insists the risk is too high based on what he has seen at elite level competition. On the other hand, Chris Mannix pushes back, arguing that Opetaia still needs more fights against top level opponents to truly prove his worth. Mannix believes Mora's assessment is slightly premature and does not fully match the current reality of the division.
Okay, against whom?
What I'm seeing, period, how he dispatches opponents, he puts them in the hospital. Forget knocking them out.
Who's the high-level guy he's done that to?
Well, cruiserweight's not a high name.
Sure there are. There's plenty of... Look,
aside from Sudo and Jai, name me another cruiserweight that's relevant.
I would have liked to have seen a couple of years ago him against Badu Jack.
It's not a couple of years ago, and Badu Jack is a smaller fighter, super middleweight going up. So it's not a...
Benavidez is 6'3". He's a big guy, right? And like he's always been a big guy. I don't think he's as overmatched as you do against Jai Opetaia. Not that I disrespect Jai, just I have not seen it yet against high-level guys. He didn't get Brandon Glanton out of there. Like I'm just saying, like I need to see more of Jai Opetaia against top-level guys.
On the other hand, Tim Bradley delivers a brutal reality check, warning that Opetaia could be pulled into a deep, physical fight if he faces Benavidez. He believes Opetaia's boxing skills are solid early, but questions how he handles sustained pressure over time. Bradley points out that Benavidez has a proven ability to break opponents down and test their will once the fight turns into a war. He adds that if fatigue becomes a factor, the momentum could quickly swing in Benavidez's favor.
Opetaia. Yeah, he beat Opetaia. Oh, I'ma double down. He gonna beat Opetaia. I double down on that one. He gonna beat Opetaia. See, Opetaia got good feet. Yeah, he can box, but he can be drugged into a fight. And if you know anything about David Benavidez, just like he did with Ramirez, he's the one of those guys that's gonna test your heart. He gonna test what you have in here. And once he go to Jai's and he tests what he has in here, Jai ain't gonna be boxing and moving around. Jai gonna be looking to fight. Jai gonna get tired too. Yeah, because Jai, if you look at the history of Jai Opetaia, he get tired. Yes, he gets tired. Period. And I stand on that. So, but when we talking about
fueling the fire to the discussion, experts believe this is exactly the kind of matchup that separates elite contenders from true champions. Both fighters bring similar size, explosive ability, and real finishing power, making the stylistic clash unpredictable from the opening bell. Experts also suggest that Opetaia's natural strength and sharp left hand could create serious problems for Benavidez if the fight turns into a physical battle. At the same time, they acknowledge the matchup is like a major test that could redefine both careers.
But we're talking about names here.
Levels.
Benavidez, I'd love to see him fight Jai Opetaia. I'd love to see that. Two men, same size, crazy ability, both of them.
Blood, shaky legs. There's so many things I see happen in that fight. Jai's a monster, and his left hand is explosive. So if anybody can hurt David Benavidez, trust me, it's this guy.
And he's a big guy. Now, it's going to be a good test.
Adding another perspective that fuels the debate even further, Australian Fox Sports senior writer and boxing commentator Peter Battle delivers a strong assessment of Benavidez's performance levels. He praises Benavidez for his relentless pressure, sharp combinations, and ability to overwhelm elite opponents, describing him as a fighter who can break down world-class resistance with constant output. However, he questions how those traits translate at the very top of higher divisions. While acknowledging his dominance and physical strength, he suggests elite champions bring a different level of danger and pace. He also states Opetaia would not beat Benavidez at this stage.
Oh my goodness, what a fighter. I mean, that hand speed for a guy that big, that was machine gun stuff. It was unbelievable. I was blown away. I mean, he didn't just beat Ramirez, he annihilated him. It was a massacre. And I really think right now, if I'm setting a betting market, I don't think Jai Opetaia beats Benavidez on that performance. I'd love to see Jai win because we're Aussies. We want to see the Aussie win. And Jai is a magnificent cruiserweight. But gee, what I saw of Benavidez, the step up in weight didn't bother him at all.
As the thoughts come from Chris Mannix, who says Opetaia still needs to prove himself against Billum Smith before stepping into the ring with Benavidez, Billum himself addresses this matchup. He views that matchup as the real test to measure where Opetaia stands in the division. While many believe Benavidez has the stronger chances overall, Smith points out Opetaia's win over Maris Breedis as proof of his elite level. He also notes Opetaia's inside power as a dangerous weapon, adding a more balanced outlook on both fighters and their potential clash.
Because Benavidez has a good punch output, it's so hard to know until you see him at cruiserweight. I think things can change. People can put the weight on in the wrong way. I'm not saying he will, but people can just not have as much effect at a higher weight because they're still big punches. They still got a higher punch output, but people can absorb more and because they're just bigger men. Jai's not the biggest cruiserweight, but he's still a fully fledged cruiserweight and has proven himself at cruiserweight, beating Breedis.
Billum Smith views this matchup as a highly competitive, grueling fight that could stretch into the later rounds, where endurance and grit become decisive. He believes Opetaia would eventually take control, just as he did in the late rounds against Maris Breedis. In his eyes, the pressure and pace would slowly break the rhythm of the opponent, allowing Opetaia to pull away as the fight deepens. He adds that while the early stages may be tight, the championship rounds would favor Opetaia's strength and conditioning.
It's a really interesting fight, and I think whoever's winning that is probably it's not going early. That's for sure. I don't think that's going early, that fight. I think you'd think it would be very end of the fight, but I think once again it'd be a fantastic fight. Jai's sort of gritted it out before, late on against Breedis. And he might have to do the same in that style of fight.
Yeah. That wraps up a heated wave of reactions as the Benavidez versus Opetaia talk keeps building momentum from every direction. From praise to warnings and full-blown debates, the boxing world is clearly divided on what happens if these two finally collide. Now the real question is simple. Who do you believe walks out on top in this potential mega fight? Drop your pick in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more breaking boxing updates and expert reactions as this story develops.